And he'll tell you being bizarre doesn't hurt. He's seen the campy comedy, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, more than 1,000 times, and he's not alone. We'll also meet Iowa farmer Joe Hayes, who thought it would be a great idea to invite the Pope for supper, and gets a surprising answer that brings joy to millions of Americans. Join us for the next 30 minutes. You're about to experience instant recall. It's not just a movie, it's an obsession. When fans go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the point is to get into the act. And when the clock tolls midnight, the audience often upstages the stars.
We would go to Rocky Horror. We'd spend all week making costumes and props. We'd get so excited by the performance, and we'd go out and we'd eat pancakes. I mean, it was ridiculous.
When the Pope accepts an invitation from an Iowa farmer, Screen Nightmares, April 1st, 1976. Here are some impressions of that day.
Is this the real life?
Patty Hearst, 22-year-old in downtown Manhattan. It's about two honeymooners, Brad and Janet, who encounter some outrageous aliens from another planet. Fans think the film is out of this world. They want to become part of the action. So they get involved. They even make home movies of themselves acting out the movie in front of the movie.
You've never seen anything like the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
This is my 33rd time I've seen it. 41, 42.
Okay, I've seen it 36.
That makes 136.
You see a movie once, you see it twice. Well, you don't go see a movie 50 times. I mean, it's a little bizarre. It was addictive. It was like it was instant addiction.
April 1st, 1976, the curtain goes up at the Waverly Theatre in New York's Greenwich Village, and the first midnight showing of the Rocky Horror Picture Show begins. Moviegoing would never be the same. Rocky Horror began as a successful, quirky stage play, but when it comes time to release the film, Hollywood doesn't have any idea how to market it.
We felt that it was certainly not a mainstream film, that it was ahead of its time, perhaps. One of the young members of my department brought up the idea of trying a midnight show. We said, all right, you know, what do we have to lose? Let's try it.
The experiment pays off. Fans pack the theater with an unprecedented enthusiasm.
I don't ever remember going to a movie where I felt so in tune with what was going on in the audience.
Sal Piro is studying for the priesthood, but after seeing Rocky Horror, his life is changed.
There was an electricity in the audience. I remember going home that night and thinking about nothing but this movie and how much I enjoyed it and how much fun it was and how I wanted to see it again.
I'm just a sweet transvestite.
When you first see Sweet Transvestite, it's just like, boom.
Dory Hartley is a teenager who goes to see the film by chance.
It was crazy and it was fun. It was so theatrical and so full of all this wonderful makeup and costumes. I saw it and freaked out.
It's like there's a magnet, and it just sort of draws you there. And you're really not conscious of what's happening. I mean, that sounds like you're drugged out, but we really weren't.
The Rocky groupies are not content with simply watching the film. They want to get closer to their obsession. They decide to interact with the screen.
There was a man who sat in the first row of the balcony, and when the criminologist says,
I would like to take you on a strange journey.
He screamed out, how strange was it? People laughed, and I would go home and think of lines that we could shout at the screen the next week.
But the participation does not stop with yelling at the screen. Dory Hartley is the first to go one step further. With the help of a little grease paint and fishnet stockings, she becomes her favorite character, Dr. Frankenfurter.
I was in love, and the closest way I could get to the character was to be it. I wasn't inhibited in any kind of way. There was nothing that said, and nothing clicked in my head at all that said, perhaps you should think about this first. You know, going on the street looking like this.
We would go to Rocky Horror, and we'd spend all week making costumes and props.
Props like toast, Candles, rice, and newspapers are incorporated into the Rocky Horror experience. Eventually, the entire movie is acted in front of the screen.
Everybody sensed what was happening and they enjoyed it and they felt part of something special. I always say that the people who go to the movie, who perform along with the film, who started all this, that it's their way of making love to the film.
The most exciting part of getting psyched up was waiting in line. We would just stand on the street and carry on and dance and sing, and we would stand out there for 2 hours, like a sidewalk club.
Every nationality and every type of thinking and religion, we were all brought together. Everybody was welcomed and, in fact, encouraged. Please come, everybody, come and join us.
I think the message was, don't dream it, be it, and that it was a way that everyone could act out whatever fantasy they had.
Going to Rocky Horror means something different to each of its followers, but they share a common bond, their love for the film and the experience of being at the Waverly Theatre. It's an experience that will stay with them for a very long time.
Rocky will always be part of me. When I'm 60, when I'm 70, it will always be part of me. It will always be part of my life.
Sal Piro is still the president of the Rocky Horror Fan Club. He's in the Guinness Book of World Records for having seen the film more than any other earthling. Dory Hartley has hung up her fishnets and is now concentrating on her own career as a singer-songwriter. Alba Cordasco works in property management in New Jersey. Now you'll be able to get into the act in your own home. This month, the Rocky Horror Picture Show is coming out on home video from CBS Fox, and Rhino Records has released a boxed CD set of Rocky Horror music. Next, another moment